The story of Pagani is one of the most interesting stories in the world of supercars. Today, Pagani is known for making some of the most beautiful and expensive cars in the world. These cars are rare, very fast, and built with amazing attention to detail. Every Pagani car is almost like a piece of art. But this company did not start as a big business. It began with the dream of one man, Horacio Pagani. Horacio Pagani did not grow up in a rich family. He did not have a large factory or many workers when he started. Instead, he had a strong passion for cars, engineering, and design. From a very young age, he loved machines and dreamed about building his own cars one day. His journey started far away from the famous car factories of Italy. It began in a small town in Argentina. Horacio Pagani was born on November 10, 1955. He was born in the small town of Casilda. Casilda is not a large city. It is a quiet town where many people work in farming and small businesses. Life there was simple. There were not many factories or big technology companies. Horacio's parents were hardworking people. His father worked as a baker. His mother was an artist who enjoyed painting. Because of this, Horacio grew up in a home where both creativity and hard work were important. These two things later became very important in the Pagani company. Pagani cars are known for mixing art and engineering together. As a child, Horacio was very curious about how things worked. When he saw machines or tools, he wanted to understand them. He liked to take objects apart and see how they were built. Many great engineers start this way. They explore and experiment from a young age. When Horacio was a boy, cars were already his biggest passion. He loved watching cars drive through the streets of his town. Whenever he saw a sports car or racing car in magazines, he became very excited. He spent many hours reading about cars and studying their designs. One of the biggest influences on him was the famous Italian inventor Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci believed that art and science should work together. He designed machines, studied nature, and created beautiful paintings. Horacio Pagani admired this idea very much. Later in life, he often repeated one of Leonardo da Vinci's ideas. Art and science can walk together hand in hand. This philosophy became the foundation of Pagani cars. Pagani vehicles are not only machines, they are also works of art. When Horacio was a teenager, he began building small car models. These were not simple toys. He tried to make them as realistic as possible. He used materials like wood, metal, plastic, glue, paint. Sometimes he worked for many hours to perfect small details. People in his town started noticing his talent. They were surprised that such a young person could design and build complex models. Horacio was not satisfied with just copying cars. He wanted to design his own cars. He started sketching new shapes and ideas in notebooks. These drawings showed futuristic sports cars that looked very different from normal vehicles. Even at a young age, his designs were bold and creative. As Horacio grew older, he wanted to learn more about engineering. He studied mechanical engineering and design, but he also believed that real learning happens through building things. So he began working on real projects. In Argentina, he started creating small racing cars and mechanical parts. These projects helped him learn important skills such as metalwork, welding, mechanical design, problem solving. Each project helped him improve his abilities. But Horacio had a bigger dream. He wanted to work in Italy, the country famous for legendary sports car brands like Ferrari, Lamborghini, Maserati. Italy was the center of the supercar world. If he wanted to build the best cars in the world, he believed he needed to go there. Moving from Argentina to Italy was not easy. Horacio did not have a lot of money. He also did not have connections inside the big car companies. But he believed strongly in his dream, so he started preparing himself. He studied the Italian language. He researched Italian car companies. He learned as much as he could about advanced materials and car design. One of the companies he admired the most was Lamborghini. Lamborghini was famous for making powerful and dramatic sports cars. The company had created legendary vehicles such as the Lamborghini Countach. Horacio dreamed about working there one day. Many people told him that his dream was impossible. They said a young engineer from Argentina would never get a job in one of Italy's biggest car companies. But Horacio refused to give up. He believed that with enough hard work and determination, he could achieve his goal. In the early 1980s, Horacio Pagani finally moved to Italy. This was a huge step in his life. He left his home, family, and country to chase his dream. At first, life in Italy was difficult. He did not have much money and had to work hard to survive. But he continued searching for opportunities in the car industry. Eventually, his skills and determination helped him find work at Lamborghini. This moment changed his life forever. Working at Lamborghini was a dream come true for Horacio. At the company, he worked on important projects and learned from experienced engineers. One of the things he became very interested in was carbon fiber. Carbon fiber is a very strong and lightweight material. It is much lighter than steel, but can be extremely strong. Today, carbon fiber is used in many supercars and racing cars, but in the 1980s, it was still a new technology in the car industry. Horacio believed that carbon fiber would be the future of high-performance cars. However, at the time, Lamborghini did not fully agree with him. This difference of opinion would later lead Horacio to make a very important decision. While working at Lamborghini, Horacio Pagani became very interested in a material called carbon fiber. Carbon fiber is very strong and very light. It can make cars faster because they weigh less, but still stay safe. At that time, most cars were made from steel or aluminum. Horacio believed that the future of sports cars depended on carbon fiber. He wanted to use it for the entire car, not just small parts. However, many people at Lamborghini did not understand his idea. They thought carbon fiber was too expensive and difficult to use. This disagreement was important. It made Horacio realize something. If I want to make my dream cars, I cannot work for someone else forever. I need to start my own company. After some years at Lamborghini, Horacio made a difficult decision. He left the company. Leaving was not easy. Lamborghini was a big company, and it gave him experience, money, and connections. But Horacio wanted freedom to build cars his way. He wanted to design cars that combined art and science, cars that were not only fast, but also beautiful. Many engineers would have stayed for safety and salary. Horacio chose risk and independence. This decision marked the beginning of his true journey toward creating the first Pagani car. After leaving Lamborghini, Horacio Pagani started a small engineering company. At first, the company was very small. It had only a few workers and a small workshop. Horacio's goal was to experiment with carbon fiber and new materials. He wanted to see how far he could push car design. He worked on special projects for other car companies. These projects included racing parts, carbon fiber components, and prototypes. Through this work, he learned more about the challenges of using advanced materials. He also earned money to support his dream of building a complete car. Horacio's dream was always clear. He wanted to build a supercar that was unique. He imagined a car that was extremely fast, used lightweight materials, had a beautiful design, felt personal, like it was made by hand. He did not want to make a normal sports car. He wanted a car that people would remember forever. At that time, most supercars were designed for performance only, not for artistry. Horacio wanted both. This vision became the core philosophy of Pagani Automobili. Art, science, and engineering combined. Horacio understood that to make his dream car, he needed help from powerful partners. One of the most important partnerships was with Mercedes-Benz, specifically their AMG division. Mercedes-AMG could provide very powerful engines. Horacio wanted engines that were fast, reliable, and advanced. Together, Horacio and Mercedes-AMG began planning the first engines for his future car. This partnership was crucial. Without it, the car would not have the performance needed to compete with Ferrari, Lamborghini, and other supercars. In 1992, Horacio Pagani officially founded his company, Pagani Automobili. The company was located in San Cesario sul Panaro, a small town near famous car manufacturers like Ferrari and Maserati. At first, the company was very small. It had only a few employees. but each worker was skilled and shared Horacio's passion. The company's first goal was to design a car from scratch using carbon fiber. Horacio worked day and night, drawing designs, building models, and testing materials. Even though the company was tiny, it already had big ambitions. Before making the final car, Pagani worked on several prototypes. These early cars were used to test carbon fiber construction, suspension systems, aerodynamics, engine integration. Horacio paid close attention to every detail. He wanted the car to feel perfect, not just fast. He also started designing interiors by hand, thinking about how the driver would experience the car. Every prototype taught him something new, and the knowledge would go into the first production car, later known as the Pagani Zonda. By the mid-1990s, Horacio Pagani and his team were ready to build the first real Pagani car. They had advanced knowledge of carbon fiber, powerful Mercedes-AMG engines, beautiful designs, a skilled team of craftsmen. The last step was combining all these elements into a single, unique car. This marked the final stage of the first chapter of Pagani's story. From a young boy in Argentina, to a passionate engineer in Italy, to the founder of a company that would create one of the most iconic supercars in the world. After many years of dreaming, learning, and working, Horacio Pagani was finally ready to build his first real car. He had already created his company, Pagani Automobili, in 1992. The company was small, but it had a very big goal, to build one of the best supercars in the world. Horacio did not want to make just another sports car. Many famous companies already made fast cars, like Ferrari and Lamborghini. Instead, he wanted to create something different. His dream car would combine beautiful design, powerful performance, advanced technology, hand-built craftsmanship. The result of this dream became the first Pagani car, the Pagani Zonda. The Zonda would later become one of the most famous hypercars ever made. But before it became famous, it started as a bold idea in a small workshop in Italy. Designing the Zonda was not easy. Horacio Pagani believed that a car should be more than a machine. He believed it should also be a work of art. His inspiration came from many sources. One important influence was the famous inventor Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo believed that art and science should work together. Horacio used this same philosophy when designing his car. The design process started with sketches. Horacio drew many ideas on paper. He thought about the shape, the airflow, and the beauty of the car. Some key ideas in the design included smooth and flowing body lines, a lightweight structure, strong carbon fiber materials, a powerful engine. The goal was to make a car that looked beautiful from every angle. Even small details were important. For example, the mirrors, headlights, and air vents were carefully designed so they would both look good and improve performance. One of the most important features of the Zonda was its heavy use of carbon fiber. Earlier in his career, Horacio worked at Lamborghini, where he strongly believed that carbon fiber was the future of sports cars. At that time, many companies were not ready to use it everywhere, but now that he had his own company, he could follow his vision. Carbon fiber has many advantages. It is extremely strong. It is very light. It improves speed and handling. By using carbon fiber, the Zonda could be both fast and stable. Pagani engineers developed advanced carbon fiber structures for the car's body and chassis. This technology helped make the Zonda unique among supercars. Supercar also needs a powerful engine. Horacio knew he needed a strong and reliable engine supplier, so he partnered with Mercedes-AMG, the high-performance division of Mercedes-Benz. Mercedes-AMG provided powerful V12 engines for the Zonda. These engines were known for their strength and smooth power delivery. The combination of lightweight carbon fiber, powerful AMG engines made the Zonda extremely fast. This partnership between Pagani and Mercedes-AMG continues even today in newer Pagani models. The name Zonda has an interesting meaning. Horacio Pagani named the car after the Zonda wind, a strong and hot wind that blows in Argentina, his home country. This name was very special to him. It reminded him of where he came from and how far he had traveled to achieve his dream. The wind is powerful, fast, and unstoppable. These qualities perfectly match the personality of the new car, so the name Pagani Zonda became official. After years of development, Pagani finally revealed the Zonda to the world. The car was first shown publicly at the famous Geneva Motor Show in 1999. This event is one of the biggest car shows in the world. Many car companies reveal their newest models there. When people saw the Zonda for the first time, they were surprised. Why? Because the car looked completely different from other supercars. Some things that impressed people included the dramatic shape, the exposed carbon fiber, the unique headlights, the luxurious interior. Many journalists and car experts immediately realized that Pagani had created something special. The first version of the car was called the Zonda C12. This model had a powerful V12 engine and a lightweight body. The car could reach very high speeds and had excellent acceleration. Even though Pagani was a small company, the Zonda C12 competed with cars from much larger manufacturers. The car proved that a small team with passion and creativity could build something incredible. One of the most unique aspects of Pagani cars is that they are hand-built. Unlike many large companies that produce thousands of cars each year, Pagani builds only a small number. Each Zonda is assembled carefully by skilled craftsmen. Workers spend many hours perfecting every detail. The interior is especially impressive. Inside the Zonda you can find polished aluminum parts, leather seats, beautiful gauges, artistic design elements. Every screw, knob, and switch is carefully designed. This attention to detail makes Pagani cars feel like luxury art pieces, not just machines. Pagani decided not to produce thousands of Zondas. Instead, the company chose limited production. This means only a small number of cars would be built. This approach had several benefits: higher quality, more attention to detail, greater exclusivity. Because there were so few cars, the Zonda quickly became very rare. Collectors and car enthusiasts around the world wanted one. After its reveal, the Zonda began receiving positive attention from the automotive world. Car magazines praised the car for its beauty engineering performance. Many people were amazed that such a small company could create a supercar that competed with famous brands. The success of the Zonda helped establish Pagani Automobile as a serious player in the supercar industry. The first model was only the beginning. Over the years, many new versions of the Zonda would appear, each one faster and more advanced than the last. The creation of the Pagani Zonda was a historic moment. It showed that dreams, passion, and creativity could challenge even the biggest companies in the world. For Horacio Pagani, the Zonda represented the result of decades of work, learning, and determination. But the story of the Zonda was far from over. After many years of dreaming, learning, and working, Horacio Pagani was finally ready to build his first real car. He had already created his company, Pagani Automobili, in 1992. The company was small, but it had a very big goal: to build one of the best supercars in the world. Horacio did not want to make just another sports car. Many famous companies already made fast cars, like Ferrari and Lamborghini. Instead, he wanted to create something different. His dream car would combine beautiful design, powerful performance, advanced technology, hand-built craftsmanship. The result of this dream became the first Pagani car, the Pagani Zonda. The Zonda would later become one of the most famous hypercars ever made. But before it became famous, it started as a bold idea in a small workshop in Italy. Designing the Zonda was not easy. Horacio Pagani believed that a car should be more than a machine. He believed it should also be a work of art. His inspiration came from many sources. One important influence was the famous inventor Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo believed that art and science should work together. Horacio used this same philosophy when designing his car. The design process started with sketches. Horacio drew many ideas on paper. He thought about the shape, the airflow, and the beauty of the car. Some key ideas in the design included smooth and flowing body lines, a lightweight structure, strong carbon fiber materials, a powerful engine. The goal was to make a car that looked beautiful from every angle. Even small details were important. For example, the mirrors, headlights, and air vents were carefully designed so they would both look good and improve performance. One of the most important features of the Zonda was its heavy use of carbon fiber. Earlier in his career, Horacio worked at Lamborghini, where he strongly believed that carbon fiber was the future of sports cars. At that time, many companies were not ready to use it everywhere. But now that he had his own company, he could follow his vision. Carbon fiber has many advantages. It is extremely strong, it is very light, it improves speed and handling. By using carbon fiber, the Zonda could be both fast and stable. Pagani engineers developed advanced carbon fiber structures for the car's body and chassis. This technology helped make the Zonda unique among supercars. A supercar also needs a powerful engine. Horacio knew he needed a strong and reliable engine supplier, so he partnered with Mercedes-AMG, the high-performance division of Mercedes-Benz. Mercedes-AMG provided powerful V12 engines for the Zonda. These engines were known for their strength and smooth power delivery. The combination of lightweight carbon fiber powerful AMG engines made the Zonda extremely fast. This partnership between Pagani and Mercedes-AMG continues even today in newer Pagani models. The name Zonda has an interesting meaning. Horacio Pagani named the car after the Zonda wind, a strong and hot wind that blows in Argentina, his home country. This name was very special to him. It reminded him of where he came from and how far he had traveled to achieve his dream. The wind is powerful, fast, and unstoppable. These qualities perfectly match the personality of the new car. So the name Pagani Zonda became official. After years of development, Pagani finally revealed the Zonda to the world. The car was first shown publicly at the famous Geneva Motor Show in 1999. This event is one of the biggest car shows in the world. Many car companies reveal their newest models there. When people saw the Zonda for the first time, they were surprised. Why? Because the car looked completely different from other supercars. Some things that impressed people included the dramatic shape, the exposed carbon fiber, the unique headlights, the luxurious interior. Many journalists and car experts immediately realized that Pagani had created something special. The first version of the car was called the Zonda C12. This model had a powerful V12 engine and a lightweight body. The car could reach very high speeds and had excellent acceleration. Even though Pagani was a small company, the Zonda C12 competed with cars from much larger manufacturers. The car proved that a small team with passion and creativity could build something incredible, and of the most unique aspects of Pagani cars is that they are hand-built. Unlike many large companies that produce thousands of cars each year, Pagani builds only a small number. Each Zonda is assembled carefully by skilled craftsmen. Workers spend many hours perfecting every detail. The interior is especially impressive. Inside the Zonda you can find polished aluminum parts, leather seats, beautiful gauges, artistic design elements. Every screw, knob, and switch is carefully designed. This attention to detail makes Pagani cars feel like luxury art pieces, not just machines. Pagani decided not to produce thousands of Zondas. Instead, the company chose limited production. This means only a small number of cars would be built. This approach had several benefits: higher quality, more attention to detail, greater exclusivity. Because there were so few cars, the Zonda quickly became very rare. Collectors and car enthusiasts around the world wanted one. After its reveal, the Zonda began receiving positive attention from the automotive world. Car magazines praised the car for its beauty engineering performance. Many people were amazed that such a small company could create a supercar that competed with famous brands. The success of the Zonda helped establish Pagani Automobili as a serious player in the supercar industry. The first model was only the beginning. Over the years, many new versions of the Zonda would appear, each one faster and more advanced than the last. The creation of the Pagani Zonda was a historic moment. It showed that dreams, passion, and creativity could challenge even the biggest companies in the world. For Horacio Pagani, the Zonda represented the result of decades of work, learning, and determination. But the story of the Zonda was far from over. The story of the Pagani Zonda did not end when the first model appeared in 1999. In fact, that moment was only the beginning. After the first car was shown to the world at the Geneva Motor Show, the small team at Pagani Automobili continued to improve and develop the car. The company was still very young, but its founder, Horacio Pagani, believed that every new version of the Zonda should be better than the one before it. His goal was not only to make the car faster, but also to make it more beautiful, more advanced, and more refined. One of the early improvements came with the creation of the Pagani Zonda S. This model introduced more power and better performance than the original version. Pagani engineers worked carefully to improve the engine, suspension, and aerodynamics of the car. They continued to use powerful engines supplied by Mercedes-AMG, which was the performance division of Mercedes-Benz. These engines were strong, reliable, and capable of producing incredible speed. The Zonda S showed that Pagani was serious about competing with famous supercar manufacturers like Ferrari and Lamborghini. As the years passed, the Zonda continued to evolve. One of the most important versions was the Pagani Zonda F. This model was named in honor of Juan Manuel Fangio, the legendary racing driver from Argentina. Fangio had been a supporter of Horacio Pagani and helped him connect with Mercedes engineers earlier in his career. Naming the Zonda F after him was a way to show respect and gratitude. The Zonda F featured many improvements over previous models, including better aerodynamics, stronger carbon fiber materials, and a more powerful engine. The car was also lighter, which made it even faster and more responsive. Another area where Pagani focused heavily was the use of advanced materials. Horacio Pagani had always believed that carbon fiber was the future of high-performance cars. As the Zonda evolved, the company developed even stronger materials, including carbon fiber mixed with titanium. These materials helped make the car extremely strong, while still being very lightweight. This balance between strength and lightness allowed the Zonda to achieve incredible performance on both the road and the racetrack. The design of the Zonda also changed and improved over time. Pagani designers constantly studied airflow and aerodynamics to make the car more stable at high speeds. New spoilers, air intakes, and body shapes were introduced in different versions of the car. These changes helped improve the car's grip and handling. At the same time, Pagani never forgot about beauty. Every change was carefully designed so that the car would remain visually stunning. One of the most extreme versions of the Zonda was the Pagani Zonda R. This model was designed mainly for the racetrack rather than public roads. It was lighter, more powerful, and more aggressive than any Zonda before it. The Zonda R used a powerful V12 engine that produced an enormous amount of horsepower. Because it was built for track performance, the car had very advanced aerodynamics and racing technology. The Zonda R became famous for its incredible speed and performance on race circuits. Throughout the years, Pagani also created many special editions of the Zonda. These cars were often built in very small numbers, sometimes even as single custom vehicles for specific customers. Each special edition featured unique design elements, colors, materials, and performance upgrades. Because the production numbers were so limited, these cars became extremely rare and valuable. Collectors around the world began searching for Zonda models, and many of them became prized possessions. One reason the Zonda remained popular for so long was Pagani's commitment to craftsmanship. Unlike large car manufacturers that produce thousands of vehicles, Pagani builds cars in very small numbers. Each Zonda is assembled by skilled craftsmen who spend many hours perfecting every detail. The interiors are especially famous for their beauty. Inside a Zonda, drivers can see polished aluminum parts, carefully stitched leather, and complex mechanical designs that look almost like pieces of art. Over time, the Zonda developed a legendary reputation in the automotive world. Car enthusiasts praised it not only for its speed, but also for its emotional experience. Driving a Zonda was often described as exciting and dramatic. The powerful sound of the V12 engine, the sharp handling, and the striking design made the car unforgettable. Many people considered it one of the greatest supercars ever created. Even when Pagani later introduced new models, the Zonda never completely disappeared. The company continued to produce special versions for dedicated collectors long after the main production period ended. This unusual situation showed how strong the demand for the Zonda remained. While most car models are replaced and forgotten, the Zonda continued to live on through custom builds and limited editions. By the end of its long evolution, the Zonda had become much more than just a car. It had become a symbol of creativity, engineering, and passion. For Horacio Pagani, the Zonda represented the proof that a small company with a clear vision could challenge the biggest names in the automotive world. The success of the Zonda also helped Pagani gain global recognition and respect among car enthusiasts, collectors, and engineers. The evolution of the Zonda prepared the company for its next major step. After many years of success with this legendary car, Pagani began working on a completely new model that would introduce new technology and new design ideas. That next chapter would lead to the creation of another famous Pagani vehicle, the Pagani Huayra, which would begin a new era for the company. After many years of success with the legendary Pagani Zonda, the team at Pagani Automobili knew that one day they would need to create a completely new car. The Zonda had become one of the most famous hypercars in the world, but technology and design were always moving forward. The founder of the company, Horacio Pagani, believed that every new car should represent progress. He wanted the next Pagani model to be more advanced, more powerful, and more innovative than anything the company had built before. After years of design and development, Pagani introduced its next major car, the Pagani Huayra. The Huayra was officially revealed in 2011, again at the famous Geneva Motor Show. This was the same international event where the Zonda had first amazed the world years earlier. When the Huayra was unveiled, many people were excited and curious. They wanted to see how Pagani would follow such a legendary car. The name Huayra has a special meaning. It comes from a wind god in South American mythology, especially in the cultures of the Andes region in Argentina. The name represents powerful wind and speed, which match the personality of the car. Horacio Pagani chose this name to honor his South American heritage, while also emphasizing the powerful and flowing design of the vehicle. The Huayra looked very different from the Zonda. While the Zonda had sharp and aggressive styling, the Huayra had smoother and more organic shapes. The car's body looked almost like it was sculpted by the wind. Every curve and surface was carefully designed to improve airflow. This approach made the car both beautiful and highly aerodynamic. One of the most impressive features of the Huayra was its active aerodynamics. Instead of having fixed spoilers and wings, the Huayra used movable aerodynamic flaps on the front and rear of the car. These flaps could move automatically depending on the car's speed, braking, and cornering. This technology helped the car maintain stability and grip even at extremely high speeds. It also improved braking and handling, making the Huayra not only fast, but also very controlled on the road. The engine of the Huayra was another major step forward. Pagani continued its partnership with Mercedes-AMG, the high-performance division of Mercedes-Benz. For the Huayra, AMG developed a powerful twin-turbocharged V12 engine specifically for Pagani. This engine produced incredible horsepower and torque, allowing the Huayra to accelerate extremely quickly. At the same time, the engine was designed to be smooth and reliable, qualities that AMG engines are well known for. The Huayra also used advanced materials in its construction. Pagani had always believed strongly in carbon fiber technology. For the Huayra, the company developed new materials such as carbo-titanium, which combined carbon fiber with titanium threads. This material made the car's chassis stronger and lighter than before. Because the car was so lightweight, the powerful engine could deliver even better performance. Inside the Huayra, the attention to detail was extraordinary. Pagani cars are famous for their interiors, and the Huayra continued this tradition. The cabin was designed almost like the inside of a luxury watch or a piece of fine jewelry. Drivers could see exposed mechanical parts, polished aluminum pieces, and carefully stitched leather. Every knob, switch, and gauge was designed with beauty in mind. Many parts were made from solid metal rather than plastic, giving the interior a very special and luxurious feeling. Another important aspect of the Huayra was its limited production. Just like the Zonda, Pagani did not want to produce thousands of cars. Instead, the company chose to build only a small number of Huayras. This allowed the company to maintain extremely high quality and attention to detail. Each car required many hours of careful craftsmanship from skilled workers. Because the cars were so rare, they quickly became very valuable and highly desired by collectors around the world. The Huayra also received strong praise from automotive journalists and car enthusiasts. Many reviewers said that the car offered an incredible driving experience. The powerful engine produced a unique and dramatic sound, while the advanced aerodynamics helped the car remain stable at high speeds. Drivers often described the Huayra as both exciting and surprisingly comfortable for a hypercar. Over time, Pagani introduced several different versions of the Huayra. One of the most famous versions was the Pagani Huayra BC, which was named in honor of Benny Caiola, one of Pagani's first and most loyal customers. The Huayra BC was lighter and more powerful than the original model. It featured improved aerodynamics, upgraded suspension, and many racing-inspired technologies. Another important version was the Over time. Pagani introduced several different versions of the Huayra. One of the most famous versions was the Pagani Huayra BC, which was named in honor of Benny Caiola, one of Pagani's first and most loyal customers. The Huayra BC was lighter and more powerful than the original model. It featured improved aerodynamics, upgraded suspension, and many racing-inspired technologies. Another important version was the Pagani Huayra Roadster, which allowed drivers to enjoy open-air driving. Designing a convertible Hyper-CA is difficult because removing the roof can weaken the structure of the car. However, Pagani engineers managed to design the Roadster so that it remained extremely strong and lightweight. In fact, the Roadster version was even lighter than the original coupe, which is Pagani Huayra Roadster, which allowed drivers to enjoy open-air driving. Designing a convertible Hyper-CA is difficult because removing the roof can weaken the structure of the car. However, Pagani engineers managed to design the Roadster so that it remained extremely strong and lightweight. In fact, the Roadster version was even lighter than the original coupe, which surprised many experts. For track enthusiasts, Pagani later created the Extreme Pagani Huayra R. This version was designed mainly for racing circuits and high-performance driving events. The Huayra R used a specially developed engine and had aggressive aerodynamic features. It represented the most extreme performance version of the Huayra family. During the Huayra era, Pagani Automobili became even more respected in the world of hypercars. The company proved that it could create a completely new car that matched, and in some ways even surpassed, the success of the Zonda. The Huayra showed the world that Pagani was not just a one-car success story, but a true innovator in automotive engineering and design. The Huayra era also strengthened Pagani's reputation for combining art, science, and craftsmanship. Every Pagani car was designed not only to be fast, but also to be emotionally powerful and visually stunning. For many collectors and enthusiasts, owning a Pagani was similar to owning a rare piece of art. As technology continued to advance, Pagani began preparing for its next chapter. The company started working on new ideas and new designs that would push the limits of engineering even further. These efforts would eventually lead to another remarkable car, marking the next stage in Pagani's history. During the years when the Pagani Huayra was the main model produced by Pagani Automobili, the company continued to develop new ideas and technologies. The founder, Horacio Pagani, always believed that innovation should never stop. Even after creating a successful car, he wanted to improve it again and again. Because Pagani produces cars in small numbers, the company has the freedom to experiment with new materials, designs, and engineering solutions. This philosophy led to the creation of many special editions of the Huayra, each one offering unique features and improvements. One of the most famous versions created during this time was the Pagani Huayra BC. The letters BC refer to Benny Caiola, a businessman and car collector who was one of Pagani's first customers and a strong supporter of the company. Benny Caiola believed in Pagani's vision from the very beginning, when the company was still small and unknown. Naming the car after him was a way for Horacio Pagani to show respect and gratitude for that early support. The Huayra BC was designed to be lighter, stronger, and more powerful than the original Huayra. Engineers worked carefully to remove unnecessary weight from the car while also increasing its performance. The Huayra BC used improved carbon fiber materials that were even stronger and lighter than those used before. Pagani engineers developed new composite materials that combined carbon fiber with other elements to increase durability and reduce weight. These advanced materials helped the car achieve extraordinary performance. Because the car was lighter, it could accelerate faster, brake more effectively, and handle corners with greater stability. At the same time, the engine developed by Mercedes-AMG, the high-performance division of Mercedes-Benz, produced even more power than earlier versions. The result was a hypercar that pushed the limits of engineering and performance. Another remarkable model introduced during this era was the Pagani Huayra Roadster. This version allowed drivers to remove the roof and enjoy the experience of driving in the open air. Designing a roadster version of a hypercar is a difficult engineering challenge because removing the roof can reduce the structural strength of the vehicle. However, Pagani engineers solved this problem by creating an extremely strong carbon fiber chassis. Surprisingly, the Huayra Roadster ended up being even lighter than the coupe version. This achievement impressed many experts in the automotive industry and demonstrated the advanced engineering abilities of the Pagani team. The Huayra Roadster also continued the company's tradition of luxurious craftsmanship. Inside the car, drivers could see beautiful combinations of leather, carbon fiber, and polished metal. Every small detail was carefully designed and assembled by hand. Unlike mass-produced vehicles that rely heavily on machines, Pagani cars are built with the help of skilled craftsmen who spend many hours perfecting each component. This dedication to craftsmanship is one of the reasons why Pagani cars are often described as moving works of art. Pagani also produced another extreme version of the Huayra, called the Pagani Huayra R. This model was designed mainly for track use, rather than everyday roads. The Huayra R was created for customers who wanted the most intense driving experience possible. The car featured an extremely powerful engine, aggressive aerodynamic components, and advanced racing technology. It was lighter and more focused on performance than the standard Huayra models. The Huayra R demonstrated how far Pagani engineering could go when performance was the top priority. Throughout this period, Pagani continued to experiment with advanced materials. One of the most important innovations was the development of carbo-titanium, a special material that combines carbon fiber with titanium threads. This material provides exceptional strength while remaining very lightweight. By using carbo-titanium in the chassis and body structure, Pagani engineers were able to create cars that were both strong and efficient. These materials also helped improve safety and durability while maintaining high performance. Another key aspect of Pagani's philosophy is customization. Unlike many large car manufacturers that offer only a few options, Pagani allows customers to personalize their vehicles in many ways. Buyers can choose unique colors, materials, interior designs, and special features. Some customers even work directly with Pagani designers to create completely unique cars. Because of this approach, many Pagani vehicles are truly one of a kind. This level of customization adds to the exclusivity and desirability of the brand. Limited production is also an important part of Pagani's strategy. The company intentionally produces only a small number of vehicles each year. This allows the team to focus on quality rather than quantity. Every car receives careful attention during its construction. Skilled workers inspect each component to ensure it meets the company's high standards. This process takes time, but it helps guarantee that every Pagani car is built to the highest level of precision and craftsmanship. Because Pagani cars are produced in such limited numbers, they have become extremely valuable to collectors. Many models sell for millions of dollars, and their value often increases over time. Car collectors around the world consider Pagani vehicles to be some of the most desirable hypercars ever created. The combination of rarity, beauty, and advanced engineering makes them highly sought after. During this period, Pagani also strengthened its reputation as a company that blends engineering with artistic design. Horacio Pagani often says that cars should be both functional and beautiful. This philosophy reflects the influence of Leonardo da Vinci, who believed that art and science should work together. In many ways, Pagani cars represent this idea perfectly. They combine advanced technology with handcrafted artistry to create machines that are both powerful and visually stunning. The success of the special Huayra models showed that Pagani had become one of the most respected hypercar manufacturers in the world. Even though the company is much smaller than many other car companies, it has earned global recognition for its creativity and innovation. Automotive enthusiasts, engineers, and collectors often look to Pagani as an example of what is possible when passion and craftsmanship guide the design process. As the Huayra era continued, Pagani engineers began thinking about the future. Technology was changing rapidly, and new challenges were appearing in the automotive industry. Environmental concerns, new regulations, and changing customer expectations were beginning to influence car design. Horacio Pagani and his team started exploring ideas for the next generation of vehicles that would continue the company's tradition of innovation and excellence. These ideas would eventually lead to the creation of another remarkable Pagani car, marking the beginning of a new chapter in the company's history. After many years of success with the Pagani Huayra and its special editions, Pagani Automobili began preparing for the next stage of its journey. The company had already proven that it could build some of the most beautiful and powerful hypercars in the world. However, the founder, Horacio Pagani, believed that progress should never stop. For him, every new car must improve on the past while still keeping the spirit and philosophy of the brand. This belief led to the creation of the company's next major model, the Pagani Utopia. The Pagani Utopia represents the modern era of the brand. It was introduced as the successor to the Huayra and brought new ideas and technologies while still respecting Pagani's traditional design philosophy. When designing the Utopia, Horacio Pagani and his team asked an important question: what makes a car truly enjoyable to drive? Many modern cars rely heavily on digital systems, screens, and automated technology. Pagani decided to take a different path. The company wanted the Utopia to feel more mechanical and more connected to the driver. Because of this philosophy, the interior of the Utopia looks very different from most modern vehicles. Instead of large digital screens, the dashboard uses beautifully designed mechanical gauges and switches. These parts are made from high-quality metal and crafted with extreme attention to detail. The design feels similar to the inside of a luxury watch or an aircraft cockpit. This approach reflects Pagani's belief that a car should provide a strong emotional experience, not just transportation. The Utopia also continues Pagani's tradition of using powerful engines from Mercedes-AMG, the performance division of Mercedes-Benz. The car is powered by a specially developed twin-turbo V12 engine that produces enormous power. Despite the increasing popularity of electric vehicles, Pagani chose to continue using a traditional combustion engine because it delivers a unique sound and feeling that many car enthusiasts love. For Pagani, the emotional connection between driver and machine is extremely important. Another key feature of the Utopia is its lightweight construction. Pagani has always focused on advanced materials, and the Utopia continues this tradition with new carbon fiber technologies. Engineers used improved composites and strong lightweight metals to build the chassis and body of the car. These materials allow the car to remain strong and safe while also being very light. A lighter car can accelerate faster, brake more effectively, and handle corners better. This focus on weight reduction has been a central part of Pagani engineering since the earliest days of the Pagani Zonda. The design of the Utopia also reflects the artistic philosophy that defines Pagani cars. Horacio Pagani has often said that he was inspired by the ideas of Leonardo da Vinci, who believed that art and science should work together. The Utopia's body is shaped with elegant curves and balanced proportions that make the car look almost like a sculpture. Every line and surface serves both a functional and an aesthetic purpose. The car must perform well in terms of aerodynamics, but it must also be visually beautiful. Like previous Pagani cars, the Utopia is produced in extremely limited numbers. Pagani does not try to compete with large car manufacturers by producing thousands of vehicles each year. Instead, the company focuses on creating small numbers of highly exclusive cars. Each vehicle is carefully assembled by skilled craftsmen at the Pagani factory in San Cesario sul Panaro. Workers spend many hours inspecting and assembling each component to ensure that it meets the company's high standards. The factory itself has become an important part of the Pagani story. It is not only a production facility, but also a place where design, engineering, and craftsmanship come together. Visitors who see the factory often describe it as a mixture of workshop, laboratory, and art studio. Engineers work closely with designers and craftsmen to turn ideas into real machines. This close collaboration allows Pagani to maintain its unique approach to car building. In the modern hypercar world, Pagani competes with other famous brands such as Bugatti and Koenigsegg. These companies also build extremely powerful and expensive vehicles. However, Pagani's approach is slightly different. While performance is always important, the company places equal emphasis on design, craftsmanship, and emotional experience. Pagani cars are often described as mechanical art pieces rather than simple performance machines. Another challenge facing modern car manufacturers is sustainability. Governments around the world are introducing stricter environmental regulations, and many companies are developing electric vehicles to reduce emissions. Pagani has been studying these changes carefully. Although the company continues to produce traditional combustion engines for now, it is also researching new technologies that could be used in the future. These technologies may include hybrid systems or other innovative solutions that maintain performance while reducing environmental impact. Even with these challenges, Pagani remains committed to its original philosophy. Horacio Pagani still believes that passion, creativity, and craftsmanship are the most important ingredients in building great cars. Instead of rushing to follow every new trend, the company carefully studies each new idea and decides whether it fits the Pagani identity. This careful approach has helped Pagani maintain its reputation for quality and originality. The legacy of Horacio Pagani is one of determination and vision. He began his journey as a young boy in Argentina who loved machines and dreamed about building cars. Through hard work and courage, he moved to Italy, worked for Lamborghini, and eventually created his own company. From the creation of the Zonda to the development of the Huayra and the modern Utopia, his story shows how passion can turn dreams into reality. Today, Pagani Automobili is respected around the world as one of the most unique hypercar manufacturers. The company proves that even a small team can achieve extraordinary results when creativity and dedication guide their work. Each Pagani car reflects the idea that technology and art can exist together in harmony. As the future of the automotive world continues to change, Pagani will likely continue exploring new ideas and pushing the boundaries of design and engineering. Whatever new cars the company creates, they will almost certainly follow the same philosophy that has guided Pagani since the beginning, combining beauty, performance, and craftsmanship to create machines that inspire people all over the world.